we've talked about the two different ways you could reestablish contact with your ex. Remember, you are contacting them to connect with them as two people, two human beings, as someone who cares about them, not as an ulterior motive to get back together as soon as they start talking to you. That's really important. Your intentions of why you do something cannot be hidden. It will come across. And your ex, given that you have broken up, is currently on high alert, ready to smell any bullshit that you might be covering up, because they're trying to protect themselves, not because they're trying to fuck around with you. Now, if your ex is someone who is just out to play you, I don't think you'd want to get back together with them now, do you? I like to think that you want to get back together because they are good people, because mistakes have been made, because you believe that it can be better. So, let's talk about the 3 possible ways your ex can react. Number 1, positive. Whichever option you pick, they respond. They're open to having a conversation with you. That's great. Go for it. Whether it was a heartfelt check-in or whether it was a good time reminder, go with it. Be curious about where they are, how they're feeling. Connect with them as someone who is genuinely interested in how they feel. Don't be in a rush to talk about the relationship. Your ex might not be ready for that yet. If your ex brings it up themselves, it's a little scary. Approach it with kindness and compassion. But if your ex does not bring up the relationship, then focus on the here and now. Number 2, if your ex responds negatively, maybe your ex says some heavy words, maybe your ex berates you for reaching out to them, it's okay. Don't panic. This just shows you where your ex is emotionally. Here's the thing. However your ex responds to you is an opportunity for you to understand how they feel. It is never about how they respond to you that decides where this will go. It is always how you respond to wherever they are that decides how things will go. So again, if you get a negative response, don't panic. Don't beat yourself up. I know you will probably feel disappointed. It's okay, but don't let the disappointment overwhelm you. Feel into how they may be feeling. And this might be the right time for you to bring up that ownership that you did previously. Write it to them. Maybe in a letter, maybe on WhatsApp, maybe on email. Acknowledge and demonstrate your ownership of what happened during the relationship and the breakup to your ex. Number 3, if your ex does not respond. This is probably the most confusing of all. You've got nothing to work on. Now, don't worry. Your ex may be confused. Why are you reaching out? Your ex might not know how to respond. And you get the feeling sometimes with your friends as well. When someone reaches out to you, you don't quite know what to say, and as the time passes, it's just more and more awkward, and you just kind of leave it there. If you get no response, sit with it. Give it 1 week, 2 weeks. Feel into what is most suitable to your situation, reach out again. And this time, acknowledge that they did not respond and that it's okay. You understand it must be difficult for them. Assure them that you have no ulterior motives, that you genuinely just wanted to check in with how they are. You hope to be able to be friends. You understand if they need some time. I know that the word friends is really scary, especially when you're trying to reconnect with your ex in the hopes of getting back together. What about the friend zone, right? You do not have to worry about the friend zone at all. Being able to be friends is allowing the both of you to have a safe space to reconnect once again, as opposed to all the pressures of getting back together. Be okay with being friends. Welcome being friends. It will not put you in a friend zone. Now, this is not to say the friend zone does not exist. It absolutely exists. It doesn't exist between two exes who have been together before, because you were once attracted to each other. You have shared intimacy. There is no friend zone in such a dynamic. So don't worry about being friends. Okay? Now, remember, as always, there's only 3 ways your ex can respond or react to you: positively, negatively, or no response. It's never about how your ex responds to you. It's always only ever about how you respond to wherever they are. Every opportunity to interact is an opportunity to connect.